What's up, everyone? It's Jordan, the lazy ass reefer. And man, I gotta tell you, my first impression of SP Reef Lights right now is not good, and I'll tell you why. So last week I decided to buy their upgrade or their PCB boards, which you can use to upgrade your generic black box lights. And if you don't really know what I'm talking about, basically if you already own black box LEDs, but you want the SP Reef Light LEDs for your tank, you can buy their PCB boards and essentially just swap them out so that you still have like your black box lights, like the body and everything, but the LEDs on the inside are SB Reef lights. So it's kind of like it's kind of like if you already bought the lights, you don't have to buy a completely new set of lights. So it's like the best of both worlds. So I was pretty excited about that. I've seen a lot of hype, so I decided to jump on the hype train and see what this whole thing is all about. So anyway, last week I put in an order for two of those PCB boards, and about a day or so later, I just checked on the tracking code just to see what was up, if it had an estimated delivery date, and I noticed that it hadn't changed. It still just said like order has been processed, awaiting, whatever it says, awaiting delivery at UPS facility, whatever. So I thought, well, I'll just post in their Facebook support group and see if this is normal for UPS, like how long I can expect to wait for the shipping information to update, et cetera, et cetera. Well, it never got approved. However, the owner, Mike, sent me this email basically just saying, hey, saw your question on the group. I've put in a trace with UPS, which, if I understand it correctly, a trace is pretty much when you call UPS and ask them directly, like, hey, can you look into this product? Because there's something wrong with the tracking or it's lost, whatever. Pretty much you're getting UPS to look into it. He says, I'll let you know what they say tomorrow. If I cannot find it right away, I will get another set of PCBs out quickly. It says I labeled the boxes myself, so I know they went out yesterday. There's a lot of important stuff in this email, which we'll come back to. So, like I said, that was on the 5th. The order was put in the 3rd. So, okay, I respond. I really appreciate that. I know UPS can be delayed sometimes, which is true. Sometimes you're just waiting, and then finally, it updates, whatever. But I thought 3 days with no change seems pretty weird. And then now on the 8th, so 5 days after the initial order, I just email him again, just saying, hey, like any update, because he did say, I will let you know what they say tomorrow, and if I cannot find it right away, I'll send you a new set of PCBs. So at this point, I pretty much just wanted to know, like, what's going on? Like, are you sending me replacements? Like, is my package missing? Like, blah, blah, blah. I just want to know something. So then between this email where I say any update and this one, I did call the shop just because I actually wanted to talk to him, just because there was a pretty significant delay in our emails, and I just wanted to talk to a human and just find out. Well, a little while later, he emails me and says, we only contacted UPS this morning. They haven't gotten back to us. As soon as I have any info, I will share it. I would like to know where your boards are as much as you. Let's go back to the first email. Well, first he says, we only just contacted UPS this morning. In this email, 4 days ago, he says, I put in a trace with UPS. So how is that the first time that you've contacted UPS this morning when 4 days ago you said you already contacted UPS? But whatever. So then I get an update. Now just tracking should be moving today. That's it. No explanation, no nothing, like no apology, just tracking should be moving. Oh, okay, thanks. So I look up the tracking number, sure enough, and now my jaw hit the floor. Because it says, as you can see, on the 3rd, order processed, ready for UPS, which it said up until today, the 9th, so 6 days. The shipment has been dropped off and is now at the UPS store. What? So I asked him, what does that mean? Does that mean that the package was just brought to the store today? Like, is it just being shipped today, or is it like already on the way? Like, what's going on? I'd like to know where the package was between the 3rd and the 9th. Because as he says here, I labeled the boxes myself, so I know they went out yesterday. So then he responds, We have a package staging area in the warehouse. The driver didn't take them because we usually ship boards by USPS. No one looked. It was sitting there on its side. Couldn't see the label. We took them to UPS this morning to make sure it was scanned into the system. I don't know what driver, like if they have their own driver or whoever that is, but this whole thing just seems like fishy to me. He originally emailed me. I'm just gonna go back to this one more time. I labeled them myself, so I know they went out yesterday. Were you just trying to like save face? Like, I mean, I would like to assume that you weren't just lying to me and making stuff up, but you said that they went out yesterday. I never heard back about the trace with UPS. It took like 3 or 4 days for you to tell me anything, and then the only update that I get is tracking should be moving today. Well, thank you. And this email right here pretty much just says that the package was sitting on its side in the warehouse, and for 6 days, no one thought it was weird that there was a package just sitting there. There's just like nothing about this whole system makes sense, and I guess I'll get my package in a week, which, let me go back to here. Delivery time, 3 to 7 business days. Well, that's definitely not going to happen. And I'm not one to usually be like, like beg for discounts or whatever, but I'm just like, initially in the first email, there was like an apology, and literally at the end, they don't even say like anything. It was just like your package was sitting in the warehouse for a week. Like, I mean, basically he is admitting like they screwed up, which is fine, but I don't know, like that's it. So anyway, I'm frustrated with this customer service experience. I'm still excited to get the lights. I'm sure my corals are going to love them. Everyone raves about this, but this just kind of rubs me the wrong way right off the bat as far as their customer service goes. But time will tell. But yeah, that's all I got. UPS. I mean, at first I was pissed off at UPS, but now I realize it wasn't their fault because my package was just sitting in a warehouse for 6 days. That apparently all these employees just walked by and didn't think it was weird that there was a package sitting on the floor. And I'm a little bit annoyed that there's like no transparency, and the owner of the company pretty much just gave me a whole bunch of fluff right here. I'll take care of you. Where's that Rush PCB board that you were going to send out? I don't know. Whatever. This is my rant. This is the end of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.